Let's talk about how to find a source in Academic Search Complete. Academic Search Complete is the name of a database in college libraries that has a lot of articles that can be very helpful on various topics. So the first step is to get to your library. Students often forget how to find the library, but remember, we can just Google. If you're not at Valencia, just Google the name of your college and the word library, and you will find a link to the library, as you can see is at the top of my search results. Once you click on the library, look for a button that will allow you to search in the library. I had to scroll down just a little bit on my library website to find that Search the Library button on the bottom right-hand side. Once I've entered the library, the next thing I'm going to want to do is to sign in using the same sign-in I use to log into my Canvas or my college library account, my college email account. If you see the sign-in button is in the upper right-hand corner. I click that, I use my Valencia credentials to log in, and now I'm inside the library, and that gets me behind the paywall so that I can access everything. If you've ever done a Google search and found a really nice article, say in the New York Times, and you can't access it, that's because it's behind a paywall. Being logged into your library will allow you to get behind the paywall. Note in the middle at the top, there's the buttons that say Journal Search, and then to the right, 3 little dots. I'm going to push those 3 little dots so I can see the databases A to Z. I want to click on databases A to Z. That's the same way we got to the Global Road Warrior account, our database, in a previous video. When I get to the A to Z, I scroll down, so I'm looking at all of the databases under the letter A. I want to click on Academic Search Complete because it's so full of lots and lots of fact-checked, peer-reviewed articles on all kinds of topics. I click on Academic Search Complete, and now I can search for what I'm looking for. Today, I'm going to be looking for articles that help me to understand the short story, The Yellow Wallpaper. So I put in The Yellow Wallpaper. When I put those words in quotation marks, it means that the search results will only bring back items that have both of those words together in that order. It's important when you do library searches that you check your spelling, that the spelling is correct, and that the words are the correct words to bring your search results. It is not an intuitive search like Google is. After I did my search, I found an article that looked interesting to me. I'm a big fan of scary things, so haunted house. I want to see how we bring that into the yellow wallpaper. I'm going to click on that result, and here it is. I can download it, I can access it. I also want to point out in the upper right-hand corner that it could be bookmarked, and the buttons next to the bookmark button, the quotation marks, that leads to the ability to cite it. You can add it to a folder, you can forward it to yourself, you can email it to yourself. I always recommend students do those things so that if you've done the work to find the article, you don't forget where it is and have to find it twice. If I click the quotation buttons, it'll lead me to this option where it will build the full citation for me. Note that it pops up in alphabetical order, so automatically it's an APA. English classes will, however, want MLA. If you click the drop-down box, you can click MLA. Students often ask which edition of MLA. I would assume your professor will want the newest edition. However, many won't be too concerned if you're doing 7, 8, or 9 in MLA.